Hey, welcome to One Verse. My name is Matt. So glad that you joined us today. Our one verse comes out of the Old Testament, and it might be even a verse that you have heard in the past. But let me give you a little background story before we dive into the verse. This comes at a time in Israel's history, and they had their first king. He was a guy by the name of Saul. King Saul, the first king of Israel, started off really well, and then things kind of took a turn for the worse and started to go downhill. So God told the prophet Samuel it was time to anoint a new king. And so he sends him to this man Jesse to look at his sons. And Samuel shows up and he's looking at just all these sons. And he looks at that firstborn. He's like, man, this guy has got to be it. This guy looks like a king. But God's had some interesting words to say to Samuel. And we find it in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. And this is what our one verse for today says. It says, "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him." The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Man, this is such a key verse for our world today. Our world is obsessed with outward appearance, whether it's keeping up with your neighbors or things that we see on social media or things that we see on television every night and the news and ETV and all these things. You know, we just had the Emmys and for the first, hour or two, all we are doing is watching who's showing up, who's on the red carpet, and what they're wearing and what designer they're wearing. Now, there's not a lot wrong with that, but it just shows that our culture is obsessed with the outside. But God looks deeper. God looks deeper. He wants to know what's in our heart. And so I think the question for us today is, are you solely working on your outward appearance? Or are you also working on your heart? Have a good day.